Hi everyone, welcome to week 7 of our PSHE and Wellbeing tasks. I can't believe we're at week 7 already. It has been absolutely amazing seeing all the things you've been producing. The mascots are being judged as we speak, and I loved seeing some of your Jolly June calendars from last week. And don't worry if you're filling it in as you go along, you can send them in at the end of the month once you've completed each day. But on to this week's task. Now, we all know that a good story helps us to escape and relax and go to new places. So this week we're going to be thinking about stories for our PSHE and Wellbeing task. Now, when I was training to be a teacher, which was a very long time ago, one of the tasks that I had to do was to create a story for a pupil in a school where I had a placement. And the little girl who I worked with was called Livy, and she wanted a story all about a yellow Labrador. And she wanted this yellow Labrador to be called Oliver. Now, it just so happened that I had a yellow Labrador at home, which was perfect for me to make my story. And I made a storybook, which is very old, called Oliver's Adventure. And I used photographs of my dog, and we wrote a story together all about Oliver's adventure. I'm not going to read it to you because it's Livy's special story, but I can tell you she enjoyed it. But I didn't just write her a story. As part of that, I had to make her a story sack with all sorts of different things to go along with the story. And that's your task for this week. So you can either pick a favourite story of your own. If you want to write a story, you can do that as well. And you can make the story sack for yourself or a sibling or a cousin, a neighbour, whoever you want to make it for. It is totally your choice. So as I've said, you can write a story if you want to create one, go for that, or you can pick a story off your bookshelf at home. And then you need to create a story sack of all different things to go with it. So I'm going to show you the things that went along with Oliver's adventure. So the most important thing is the sack itself. So this was the one I made. Now, I'm not very good at sewing, so you'll see. I used an old towel and some felt to create Oliver's face on the front, and I made it nice and big because I had lots of things to put in the sack. So I'm going to put the book in the sack. What else goes in? Now, I had a contents list, and in the story sack was the book, and I had some other stories which were actually at school that were not Oliver's adventure, but other stories that I thought Livy might enjoy. So there was a book called Labrador on the Lawn, which I put in. There was a book of dog tales, and there was also a non-fiction book about dogs. Now, I don't have any of those here at home, but I did find this book on my shelf, which has some beautiful pictures and quotes all about dogs. So I'm going to put that in my story sack. There we go. I also had some masks, which had to go in the bin because they broke, but you could put masks of the characters in your story. Now, one of the characters in the story was a hedgehog. So here's a cuddly hedgehog. He's going to go in the story sack so you could tell the story with the characters. There was a sticker book, there was a colouring book of dog pictures and crayons, and I made some activity sheets. I made a word search and some sentence work. If you want to make a word search or a puzzle about your story, you could put those in as well. And then the last couple of things before my story sack is full to the brim: a comfy cushion to sit and read the story on, and can't put a real dog in there, so here we go. This can pretend to be Oliver for our story. And all of that can go inside your story sack to have lots of fun with. As always, send us your pictures, videos, creations, whatever you've been doing, and I can't wait to see your story sacks. Have fun, everybody. See you next week. Bye.